Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Terry Family Adventures. Today I'm looking for some electricity, and I think I found the live wire, and we're going to talk about towing with your Grand Cherokee WK2.
Terry Family Adventures.
So I get a lot of questions on whether or not you can just throw a tow hitch on the bottom of a regular Grand Cherokee without the tow package and be able to tow with it. And while technically you can, you have a weight limit of about 3,000 pounds. With the tow package, it comes not only pre-wired for a brake controller, it has your 7-pin and your 4-pin. It also comes with the Ninvomat rear shocks, which has special valving in them to pump themselves up when you put weight on them. They get stiffer and they hold the back of the Grand Cherokee up, making it so that you can haul more weight. The tow rating on a Grand Cherokee with the tow package is somewhere between 6,200 and 6,500 pounds. It just kind of depends on what year you have. The newer ones can haul a little bit more because they're more robust. Also, with the tow package that I have, it comes with what they call sway control. And so if it feels that the trailer is starting to sway, it will alternate grabbing the rear brakes in an attempt to control the trailer to get it back straight behind your vehicle, which also is a huge advantage. You don't have none of that on the regular Grand Cherokee that doesn't have the tow package. You don't have the shocks that pump up. They just put the regular shocks, regular springs on the rear end of it. It doesn't have the sway control for hauling a trailer. So it's not a particularly good idea to just buy a Grand Cherokee, stuff a tow hitch underneath it, and expect to pull a lot of weight. Yes, you can still pull 3,000 pounds. That's a very small trailer. But you're not going to be hauling a huge camping trailer or a big toy hauler with the Grand Cherokee like that. Also, something else that I'd like to mention about towing is that in a naturally aspirated engine, if you have a turbo or a supercharger, this doesn't apply to you, but this kind of applies to everybody that's towing anything ever. Every 1,000 feet in elevation you go, because of the air getting thinner at higher elevations, you lose 2% of your power for every 1,000 feet of elevation. Like where I live right now, it's at about 44,000 feet of elevation, and so I lose about 8% of my power, and so I lose 8% of my towing ability. And so I have to take that 6,200 that mine will tow and subtract 8%, and then that's what it can tow at this altitude. Now, let's say you're going over, what's that called, Ike Summit in Colorado. That's 11,000 feet. You're going to lose 22% of your power going over that mountain. And so if you're doing a cross country and you're out on the East Coast where the elevation isn't quite so high, and you put a 6,000 pound trailer behind your tow rated Grand Cherokee, you're going to have a really hard time getting up and over that summit because of how much power you're going to lose just due to the air density. That's why a lot of these companies out there that are doing the top speed of their vehicle, they'll say, they'll be like, they'll sell it as something that's really neat. Like, we're out here in Death Valley to show you how fast our car can go. No, the reason why they're out in Death Valley is that Death Valley is actually below sea level. And as far as I know, it's the place in the United States with the lowest elevation, which would give you the highest density of air for your naturally aspirated vehicle. If you have a turbo and a supercharger or anything like that, none of this applies to you. They compress the air, they shoot it into your intake, and at that point, it totally negates the altitude change. But it's just something to think about when you are towing, not only with the Grand Cherokee, but just any vehicle in general. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something new. And there's some info about towing with your Grand Cherokee or pretty much any vehicle. Thank you for watching.